The Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders. It's all about Shedeur Sanders. And then you got Flacco, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. But it's all about Shedeur Sanders because we believe and we know. But not one, not two, not three, not four. The Browns have signed another quarterback. Can you believe this mess? Browns signed Tyler Huntley strictly as depth move with Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. Just when we thought the quarterback situation in Cleveland couldn't bring us any new surprises or get any weirder. Boom. Take that, boy. Y'all take that. Shedeur goes 9 for 9, 2 touchdowns. Boom, we're going to sign another quarterback. You know what I mean?
Just like that.
You know, they say they signed Huntley, to add depth to the quarterback position, which probably is realistic. I'm not going to be too hard on the Browns. It is realistic. But there's a lot of other situations that has transpired that has me shaking my head and a little uncomfortable, But I know one thing. If Tyler Huntley is taking reps immediately with the ones or twos and Shedeur reps are being decreased, we have a problem on our hands. We have a major issue on our hands. Everything I preached about Dylan Gabriel is showing to be absolutely true. From the height being an issue, being able to see over the line, to being assistant quarterback in Oregon as a Oregon Duck. Mm-hmm. And that offense not preparing him for the next level, which is the NFL. Flacco isn't going to play much Friday. They play Friday, and Flacco isn't going to play much, if any. Kenny Pickett, same thing. I don't see him playing much, although they wanted him to play and be the superstar because, like I said, he is the X factor to be traded. Kenny Pickett is limited due to a hamstring injury. So the situation is a little froggy right there. So at the end of the day, come Friday, it should be the Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel show. But I'm just telling y'all, when Gabriel has to play on the NFL level in game form, he will have a lot of responsibilities that will become too much for him to handle, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Along with the other deficiencies at quarterback like we speak about. But it will be interesting to see how the Browns play each quarterback this coming Friday. And all eyes will be on Cleveland. How do you see this situation playing out? Coming this Friday, they have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, and they just signed Tyler Huntley, who is a veteran quarterback. What are they going to do with these quarterbacks?
Listen, I think the Browns going to have the most watched preseason games because everybody going to be tuned in to see exactly what you're saying, like how they going to handle this quarterback situation. And a lot of people want to see Shedeur play, even the Browns fans. I feel like a lot of the Browns fans, they want Shedeur to be that number 1 quarterback, even that number 2 quarterback getting the most reps. So, hey, I mean, he got that personality, he got the play, he got the swag, he got all that, man. I just feel like he should get that fair chance, be able to go out there and prove himself. Don't put him out there with the people
he should get his fair chance, but are they going to give him his fair chance? This is not about what they should do.
I don't know.
Are they going to give him his fair chance?
Especially with signing a quarterback today is like, come on, you already got enough quarterbacks on the roster already, man. You don't need to add no more. I don't care about the people that's been injured and all that stuff, man. They need to get their reps. We got the count. We got to count how many people actually attempts that they have and all that stuff. And I mean, I feel like Shedeur we know for a fact that he hasn't been getting as many reps as everybody else. So like quarterbacks going down should up his reps so we can see more of what Shedeur should do, and not add another quarterback to take more reps away. So that's like kind of confusing. Like I saw a comment on the side saying the Browns are browning. I mean, we see make a lot of mistakes before, and I feel like they go to a year from now, 2 years from now, they could be like, what did
man, they've been going through quarterbacks for the past 10 years, man. I mean, there have been a ton of quarterbacks from Ken Dorsey to Joe Flacco. I mean, there's been quarterbacks left and right, and nobody has been producing at the quarterback position for the Browns. It's Deshaun Watson was their bread and butter. Like the owner said, Jimmy Haslam said, they swung and missed. So now the owner, Jimmy Haslam, finally came forward to address who was responsible for drafting Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is important because I need everyone to understand what this is really about. Jimmy Haslam has finally come forward to address who was responsible for drafting Shedeur Sanders. Now, instantly, when I seen this clip or seen this video reel, my instincts tell me Jimmy Haslam broke the code between the owners by stepping up to the plate and drafting Shedeur Sanders. That's exactly what happened, in my opinion. The owner for the Browns broke the code and drafted Shedeur Sanders when he was not supposed to, because the Haslam family was so intrigued by Shedeur Sanders, or along with the attention Shedeur comes with, and of course his abilities. Jimmy Haslam couldn't help himself but break that code, drafting Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel. Didn't and doesn't make sense. We know Shedeur is a first-round talent. There is no doubt about that. Shedeur is a first-round talent. For Shedeur to have made it to the 5th round makes it obvious something was going on behind the scenes concerning Shedeur in this draft process. I think 32 teams were attending to not draft Shedeur Sanders and make him go as an undrafted free agent. That is so sad. I really believe that until the Browns and Jimmy Haslam stepped up to the plate, right? Because of this exact reason, they tried their best to hold him back. But once he gets his chance and do things like go 9 for 9 and 2 touchdowns, 32 teams, scouting department will look like they don't have a clue about talent if 5 quarterbacks deserve to get drafted in front of Shedeur Sanders. You see what this is all about? If Shedeur Sanders is a 5th round pick and all these quarterbacks get drafted before him, and Shedeur goes out there and shines and looks like the 1st round talent that he is. Now, everyone looks terrible. The scouting department, the teams, the general manager, because this is a blatant mistake, right? Because if he outplays everyone, the scouts look bad because they gave Shedeur this horrible grade when everyone knows in America that he shouldn't have got that, whatever grade they was giving him. You know, we don't know what the grade, you know?
Right.
It's all supposed to make sense, man, and it's not. It's all supposed to make sense, and it's not. Nothing is right about Shedeur's situation besides giving him a fair opportunity to show what he can do. That's what we're hoping for. And that's still to be determined. That's the best thing Shedeur has going for him as the quarterback right now, is a fair chance, man. Everything that transpired in the draft process was intentional by the NFL teams.
If you'd have told me, so you picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start our conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
Who call is it? Who call that was? Who called it? He said that was the draft Shedeur?
Andrew Berry.
Huh? Say it one more time.
Andrew Berry.
Ooh, boy. Let me tell y'all about this, right? Saying Andrew Berry is responsible for selecting Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round of that draft. That is a bad look for Andrew Berry as the general manager. Jimmy Haslam saying Andrew Berry is responsible for selecting Shedeur Sanders in the 2025 NFL draft is a horrible look as the general manager for the Cleveland Browns. Why in the world would the general manager select a 3rd round quarterback and a 5th round quarterback to make 5 quarterbacks on the team? And none of them are supposed to be the franchise quarterback. Deshaun Watson will be back someday. He has to come back. He has to fit into the equation somewhere. They're going to try to see what Deshaun Watson still can do. They're still paying him millions and millions of dollars.
Lots of money.
You know, Drafting one quarterback who the Browns had high on the draft board was good enough. And for some reason, it just wasn't Shedeur Sanders. For some reason, it was Dylan Gabriel, I guess. You know, and which I believe was the plan until Jimmy Haslam made an executive decision to step in and tell Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski, that it's time to take Shedeur Sanders. And he broke the code, you know? He broke the code. But it's so obvious and bad, man. Even John Madden, the game Madden knows what's up with Shedeur. I'm not saying Madden is always right, but in this situation, Madden understands what is going on here. The 5th round quarterback gets the nod for the best overall rating out of Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur Sanders has a better overall rating than Dylan Gabriel. Even Madden know what's up, man. Talk to me, Dries.
That's Ocho. Ocho out here making the Madden ratings. So he know game, man. He out here knowing that Shedeur should be over Dylan Gabriel, just like the rest of the world. But
yeah,
listen, man, that's why I feel like the Browns preseason game gonna be the most watched games. Everybody gonna be tuned in.
Of course, man. Absolutely, man.
I can't wait to watch it myself. So
tune in Friday. We're gonna be locked in, and we coming right on after the show. We're gonna talk about schedules and things like that, but we gonna hop on and have a good time. You going anywhere? You got any plans this weekend, Dries?
I do.
Okay, we'll talk for sure.
Yeah, we gonna have time. We're gonna make time for it, though.
Yeah. But at the same time, man, Shedeur Sanders was held out of practice because of alleged soreness in his arm. And I've seen situations like this. This is how I'm so experienced in talking about it. That's why I said someone will end up on injured reserve, and not because they're injured, right? And this is some funny business going on with the Browns holding Shedeur out, right? Saying his arm was sore. Because it's funny. All of a sudden, Kenny Pickett is back taking reps, and Shedeur Sanders needs a rest. Now, all of a sudden, they sign another quarterback. Browns are all over the place, man. First, they had Shedeur Sanders throwing the equipment managers, and now another quarterback. You know?
Yeah.
And if y'all haven't heard, it's starting already. The chants are starting. I said they don't want the stadium to start chanting, "We want Shedeur." The chants are starting already at the Cleveland Browns training camp. They're already starting to chant. I heard they are chanting, "Put Shedeur in, put Shedeur in." And that was the day they held him out of practice because of an alleged sore arm. We haven't heard Shedeur confirm that. Shedeur will obviously confirm that because he doesn't want no problem. He's going to have to go along with the program until, you know, he shows them what's up, and they can't hold him back, you know? But this is just foolishness going on. And we have the daily tracker, the quarterback tracker from the entire training camp. Shedeur Sanders is the only one throughout the entire training camp. He is the only one to complete 70% of his passes.
6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns. They can't say
0 interceptions.
Colorado, and like Cam Moore said, you throw a bunch of quick passes and screen passes and so on and so forth. You're at the Cleveland Browns without his daddy coaching him, and he's 70% like he always has been.
With the most touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
The most touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Man, they can't hold him back.